Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckettini coming at you on behalf of PuckettFanShop.com. And over at PuckettFanShop.com, that's my website where I put all my beautiful dog designs on all kinds of products, from shirts to stickers to socks to hoodies to sweaters. Just anything you can think of, we put our beautiful dog designs on. So go over and check it out. I love to do business with you. But what I got for you today is, this is a last-minute video. I've been trying to make it for several days. Is the keys to victory today for the Dallas Cowboys versus the Los Angeles Rams. Excuse me. So here we go. First, key to victory today is, the name of the game in the NFL is usually turnovers. These teams are so closely matched a lot of times. It's usually who wins the turnover battle. The Rams are -2 this season in turnovers, so they're -2. Dallas is at +2. So I think whoever wins that turnover battle today has a big chance of winning. So that's number one. The rest of this could be thrown out the window. If the Rams commit 3 turnovers, Dallas scores 21 off of them, they should be able to win the game. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. Turnover battle is always huge. All right, key to victory number 2 is we must slow down our wide receiver, Cooper Kupp. He's one of the best receivers in the league, of course. He grades out at 90%. He catches 81% of his targets. He also lines up in different places. He lines up in the slot just about as much as he lines up out wide. So he'll be matched up against different receivers, against different corners, unless Dallas chooses to kind of follow him with somebody like Trayvon, but they usually don't do that. So he'll be matched up against different players, and they're going to find somebody that they can pick on. Thing about it is, his routes usually stay within 20 yards. He only catches, I think, 1 pass this year so far has been over 20 yards. So you can really set on him. I would get up and bump and run with him. I'd be real tight on him, because his speed is one thing that he's not super fast, but he runs great routes, does a great job. So I'd get up and bump and run him, maybe chase him, shadow him kind of, and just give him a hard time within that 20 yards. And I think that would really help him and maybe slow him down a little bit. Make him throw to somebody else. I definitely will not play off of him. Don't give him space. He likes to catch underneath, break some tackles. He's a good blocker. He's a physical guy. But they need to be up on him, be tough with him. All right, next one, they must slow down tight end Tyler Higbee. He grades out at 71% receiving. He's probably I think he's the second most targets on the team. He catches 71% of those targets, so that's a good percentage. When they target him, he usually catches it. Most all of his catches come under 10 yards down the field, and he likes to be in the middle. He works in the middle of the field almost exclusively. So our linebackers, Leighton Vander Esch, really has to be cognizant of him, watching him. That's Leighton Vander Esch's area, and whoever else is playing there with him, be Barr or whoever they have in there. If Parsons is at linebacker, that's their area there, so you've got to be watching for him. He's a terrible pass blocker too, though. If they try to keep him in blocking, his man should be able to wear him out. I mean, he's not a very good blocker, and I think Dan Quinn should be able to scheme up some stuff to where when he's in the game, maybe we rush more than they can block with and make him block. And then if he could even put Parsons on him somehow, it'd be great, because he's a terrible blocker. So make him do something he's not very good at, So that's the key to victory there. All right, key to victory number 5 is that we must slow down quarterback Matthew Stafford and make sure he don't just have a great game. He's been sacked. They've had a hard time keeping him upright this year. He's been sacked 16 times this season. That's one of the league's highest. I think maybe second or third. So that's great for a Dallas Cowboy. Pass rush has been very good this season. Stafford's also thrown 6 interceptions, and that's the second worst in the NFL. So that's another stat that Dallas should be licking their chops. If we put pressure on him, she'll be able to get some interceptions. They don't, they're throwing it to Kupp and Higbee. The rest of the guys are kind of, I'm sure they can beat you, but if we can slow them down, put pressure on Matthew Stafford, should be good. Kupp's not going to take you down the field much. He may catch it and run, but if we put pressure on him tight, we're up really banging him, and we're bringing blitzes, we should be able to really slow him down, I think. Stafford's passing grade so far this season is about 64%. which I think Cooper Rush is around that too. So, but we got to get after him and give him a lot of pressure. Make it be a not good day for him. All right, key to victory number 6. Dallas must attack their left tackle, Joseph Noteboom. He's given up 5 sacks this season, 6 quarterback hits, 20 quarterback pressures, and 9 quarterback hurries in 4 games so far this season. He grades out at 46% pass blocking. Dallas must come after him all night long. That's right, put Parsons on him 90% of the time, and then that way if Higbee or the running back tries to chip, man, we should be doing good there. We really should attack him. Also, their left guard, David Edwards. He grades out at 34% pass blocking, but I think that number might be a little skewed. He had a terrible game against the Buffalo Bills, and he's played okay since then. I think he had like in the 60s. But that left side of the line really is where we want to attack, and up the middle too. Really attack them and do our twists and blitzes. And I'd put Parsons over there at that right defensive end and just attack those guys and really get after them today. All right. So that was 7 was David Edwards. Key to victory number 7 was him. Must attack him as well. Key to victory number 8 is must slow down defensive lineman Aaron Donald. Now this year it looks like they're playing him more at defensive end. You know, he became so dominant playing defensive tackle line up against these guards and stuff. But they moved him out to defensive end this year, which I think is not a good move because now he's lined up against the left tackle a lot of times, who's really the offensive lineman's best player. So instead of putting him in there at guard, on defensive tackle on the guard, who's usually not the best lineman, you know, you kind of put him in there if they can't play tackle. And so I'm kind of surprised at that. He can use his quickness inside, but he plays mostly defensive end now. And I think that's good. I mean, you know, that means Tyler Smith and Terrence Steele are going to have to play a good game today, but they've played well. I think I'd rather have him up against them than Farniok and Biotish. To be honest with you, I think that works out better for Dallas. Now, they may come out this week and move him more inside, but he's played more defensive end this year than he has in the inside defensive line. So I don't think that's a good move by them. I mean, he still grades out good, but I think his quickness and everything works better for him on the inside. Anyway, do what they want to do, and I think that's why he's not having as great of a year as he's been having. But also, Dallas should run the ball right at him. You know, you want to run the ball right at the Rams with their speed, you know, run right at him. He's a much better pass rusher than he is run blocker. Not that he's bad, or run stuffer, I should say, not run blocker, but he's better against the pass than he is against the run. Because he's undersized, he's 280 pounds, but he's so quick and he's strong. He's strong upper body. All right. Key to victory number 9 is Dallas Cowboys running game must get going. You know, statistically the Ram defense is better versus the run, but you have to stick with it to keep Aaron Donald from just being able to pin his ears back and rush every play and just totally take the game over. Kellen Moore has to do similar to what he did last week against Washington, you know, where he just kept with it, kept running it, and keeping them honest. He did a great job last week, and he's do that this week as well. And they should focus, Dallas should, on running right up the middle. You know, the Gaines guy on the inside, he's a nose tackle. I did not write his name down here in my notes. But he graded out only 57% versus run this season, you know. And I saw 49ers boys running right up the middle on them, you know. Don't go try to run sweeps and off tackle really either. I mean, we want to go between the guards, really. I mean, I know our guards have been struggling a little bit in there with Farniok, but anyway, that's where we want to go, maybe behind Martin and up the middle there. It'll also keep Bobby Wagner. He's inside linebacker, middle linebacker in there. Been having a good year, and it'll keep him from being able to use his speed, run right at him, you know, right at him every play. And when you run it, it'll wear him out a little bit. You don't want to be able to let him run sideline to sideline. He can do it, so don't let him do it. All right, key to victory number 10 is they need to be leery of Jalen Ramsey. He grades out at 81% pass coverage this season, and he's really their best coverage guy. Other than him, everybody else secondary is free game. I mean, they're not just terrible, but they all grade out at 60% and below. And now, depending on how the Rams use him, will determine who should have a big game. You know, I'd try to match CeeDee Lamb up on anybody else but Ramsey, but they may decide Ramsey to shadow CeeDee Lamb the whole game. If they do that, then Noah Brown, Michael Gallup, they should have big games. But if they do leave Ramsey on one side of the field, then I would match up CD on there, put him in the slot, the other corner, and really try to take advantage of that, because CD should have a big game as long as Jalen Ramsey's not on him. And if Ramsey's on him, then Noah Brown, Michael Gallup should be having some big games. And we should be able to throw the ball pretty well this week, I think, as long as our offensive line can keep the Rams' defensive line off of us. Bobby Wagner likes to blitz a lot, keep Aaron Donald back. So we got to be able to run and then play action pass off of that. And we should be good. Should be able to throw the ball well. We don't want to get in obvious passing situations, though. So anyway, guys, that's all I got. I got to get this video on. Go over to Puckett Fan Shop. Visit me over there. I'd love to do business with you. Keep coming back to the Great Puckettini YouTube channel. I do videos on the Dallas Cowboys and Arkansas Razorbacks. Try to do 3 or 4 videos a week or more. And I'd love to see you back. Go Cowboys. Get a Ram this week. Go Cowboys. Have a great day.